All right, it's crunch time on the jump. Spurs beating the Knicks last night, and after the game, Gregg Popovich and Marcus Morris spoke briefly. This is significant because this summer Morris backed out of a deal with the Spurs, a move that Pop called unprofessional. And guys, as recently as pregame of this game that they were talking afterward, someone asked Popovich, "What do you mean by unprofessional?" He said, "Look at it in a dictionary. Look it up in a dictionary." And they said, "Do you mean Morris or the Knicks?" And he said, "Who signed them?" He goes, "The Knicks." He goes, "Well, then you have your answer." So there was a lot of spiciness pregame. Postgame, though, niceness. Brian, what do you think?
Would you say it's nice? Does Pop look like he's in a great mood there? I don't know.
He's the one who sought out Morris, though.
I don't know what he said. I know that Pop was PO'd about the situation. He was mad at Marcus Morris. He was mad that they had to give up a player to get him, and he was mad at the Knicks.
We will see where this story goes.
Knicks won that game. No way that conversation happens.
Well, that is true. PJ Washington set the NBA record for most threes in a debut. Hornets rookie was 7 for 11 from deep. Charlotte also set a franchise record with 23 three-pointers in their win over Chicago. T-Mac PJ was the 12th pick in the draft.
From where? UK. Wildcats.
Do we think he went a little too low? What do we think?
Listen, I didn't expect him to shoot like this. I didn't know he had this. You know, I'm a Kentucky guy, and I didn't see this in college. So, you know, kudos to him. He worked on this shot. Let's see if he can keep it going.
It was a really nice win for the Hornets last night. They were down 10 with 5 minutes to go, came back and won. They're not going to have that many wins this year, I don't think. That was a good one.
What did you have to say? It was a nice night for them. You don't have to say that.
Because I want to add more value to it.
Another surprise result last night. The Pistons beat the Pacers. Andre Drummond was a one-man wrecking crew. 32 points, 23 rebounds, 4 blocks. And this was all without Blake Griffin on the floor. So do we think this is a 2020 free agency contract year?
Well, I mean, without Blake, and we don't really know how long Blake's going to be out, they've got to get big games from Drummond.
Contract year.
And the contract year.
So, Tracy, explain that, though, because...
Listen, this happens often in the NBA. I'm not accusing him of it, but, you know, you have guys, they perform well, up to their ability during the contract year so they can get paid. They come in the best shape. They're more focused than ever.
Don't you try hard all the time, though?
But he has had a number of 30-20.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's hard for me to even get that sentence out. I know the answer.
I think we're going to see a lot of that.
Our League Pass game of the night was an easy decision to make because there's only one League Pass game of the night. Trae Young makes his sophomore season debut against the Pistons. Tracy, we just talked about Detroit. How high is the ceiling for Ice Trae and the Hawks?
Oh, if they won like 24 games last year, they probably win 25.
Man.
No.
Rough in this studio today.
Listen, it's a young team.
How dare you devalue them?
Listen, I love Trae. I like watching Trae play. They're a young team. I like the kid from Virginia that they drafted, Cam Reddish. They're young, right? So we got to give them some time.
I think the Hawks are going to approach 500. Like, our computers at ESPN project them to finish 13th in the East. Vegas was taking their over-under in the low to mid-30s.
There's concerns, right?
For sure. They are going to be a League Pass team like almost every night you can watch them because of the way they play. You just got
to let them be, man. They're very young.
I know
but they have some talent that in
go in there
3 years.
Go in there and think you're going to win in Atlanta. I mean, obviously on the road they're young. They're going to take their lumps. But go in there to Atlanta and think you're going to have an easy game. You're not.
Trae Young, John Collins, your cousin Vince. Yeah. And I think Vince is, look, he's obviously not going to play, right? The extent maybe he even
Red
played
Velvet.
last year.
It's a great nickname.
All jokes aside, I see them being at least 8 to 10 in improvements in the win column. They were 24. I see them about 34, 35.
Significant.
That's right where Vegas has them, so they must know what they're doing.
Well, last season's Western, so he knows what he's doing too. Western Conference champs play their first game tonight. The Warriors open their season against Kawhi and the Clippers, who are 1.5-point favorites. I cannot repeat enough how weird this looks, not just because it's the Warriors after the last 5 years and the dominance. It's their first game opening their regular season, new building, but because it's the Clippers, who is the particular team they have tortured over these last 5 years. What is the better bet tonight if you go along the betting line? So with the 1.5 points, Warriors or Clippers?
I want to know what the over-under for Steph is because I'd take the over tonight, but I'd take the Clippers to win. The thing about it is, this new arena is spectacular, but they gave up some of their home court advantage by moving to it. We'll see what the energy like is in there tonight. When you would go in on opening night to Oracle, or any game really, you knew you were going to be in for it. The Chase Center is designed differently. The seats are set up differently. I just don't know if they're going to have that same bonus that they used
Listen,
to get.
I can't wait to watch this game.
Yeah.
You got Pat Beverly coming in there. You don't have no Klay Thompson. You don't have no Kevin Durant. I am looking.
Sounds like he's saying lay the
Steph.
points.
Listen, Steph and Pat are about to put us, they're about to give us some entertainment tonight. Please believe it.
I do think it's funny you talk about the new arena. You've walked through there, right?
Yeah.
The acoustics in the arena are really good, and the setup is good. So when you go to a basketball game, the stands are either like this or they're like this on top of the court, and it really feels that way.
You know
at
this
Chase
is really
Center.
good?
But the suites in the back are really nice,
They
and I
are
think it's going to be
spectacular.
very hard for people to come out on the floor when they've got such nice things in the suite. We'll see, and that's like a challenge.
I
with
wouldn't
the way
come
these
out.
new
I'll put it
arenas
this
are
way, I
built.
wouldn't come out.
All these suites have like a back room where they've got their own wine fridge with a
Nice.
wine selection that they'll keep for you.
They have their
all
own butler.
season.
They have their own butler.
There you go.
They have 16 TVs on the
Tracy
wall.
has his
That
own
doesn't
butler
apply to
here
me.
at the Jump, so it's totally fun.
And
he
Rachel
still
has
comes
her
out
own
for the
wine cellar,
show.
actually.
I have my own water supply. That's what I needed today. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.